And now Brandy is set to vault. Olessia Dudnik has moved into first place, so Brandy Johnson would need a pair of perfect 10s on each of her 2 vaults to win the gold medal.
And she's going to have to make up in height what Dudnik gave us in difficulty on this first vault. Very nice vault, not quite as high as Dudnik, however.
Now this is a very nice looking Yurchenko vault, good position in the air. She only does 1 twist, Dudnik did 2, and of course Dudnik stuck the landing.
The score for that vault, 9.950, so the gold medal is out of reach for Brandy Johnson. Now she needs a 9.950 to tie Christina Bontas for second.
She has an advantage on this second vault because she consistently uses it in competition. Remember, it's from a different category. A little hop on the landing, but a good vault.
And if Brandy's score is good enough to win a medal, that'll be the first time since 1981 that any American woman has won a medal at a world championship.
The difficult part of this vault is keeping good leg form right there as her hands reach the horse. What power.
And now the nervous moment, Brandy waiting for her mark, slipping on her warm-up jacket. And there it is, 9.950. That ties her with Romania's Christina Bontas. Brandy Johnson will take home a silver medal as Olessia Dudnik gets the gold. Here's Donna with Brandy.
Congratulations, Brandy. This is the first World Championship medal since 1981 when Juliette McNamara and Tracy Talavera won bronze.
I feel great. I'm proud to get a medal for the United States.
Well, I know for you, you felt it was a disappointment in the all-around. You finished 7th, your teammates finished 8th and 11th, and that's the best we've ever done in a World Championship. But was it kind of a little bit of a revenge here today in the vault?
A little bit, yeah. I wanted just to do the best I could, and I did.
Another shining moment for Brandy Johnson, and we'll return shortly with more of the World Gymnastics Championships. We're back in Stuttgart, West Germany with more of the World Gymnastics Championships. The individual apparatus finals. Next up, the women's balance beam. And on deck, Daniela Silivas of Romania. And let's go back to 1985 when Daniela won her very first world title at the age of 15. Kathy, she looked markedly different.
She sure did, and even at that tender age, you never felt she was intimidated by this apparatus.
And since that day in Montreal when she won her first title, Daniela has more than fulfilled her great promise and great potential.
And she begins with a beautiful mount, very original. And as I mentioned, she's always been aggressive on this apparatus. When most gymnasts tend to be cautious, she really goes for it. See the great concentration. There are her leap combination requirements. Now she was a little bit low on her back leg on that second leap. You always had this sense of lightness with Daniela on the balance beam. She works on her toes. That was the move that she had trouble on in the all-around. In fact, she fell on it in the all-around, and she performed it so easily here.
She's going after her second gold medal here in these individual apparatus finals, having won one in the uneven bars.
And so self-assured. See, she's preparing now for her dismount. She lines up with that beam. Double back. Excellent routine.
Going back to even 1976 with Nadia Comaneci, the Romanians continue to set the pace for the rest of the world on balance beam, not necessarily in terms of high level of difficulty, but in terms of consistency. This is a great angle to see right here how precarious the beam is, and you notice a little bit of a bobble, but no major break.
Daniela's score, 9.95. At a world championship like this one, everybody is talented, so what separates a great performance from a good one? Here's Bart.
At the World Championship level, all of the top gymnasts have the necessary qualities to score well in competition. They have the difficulty, they have the combination requirements, and of course the execution. So what separates a good routine from a great routine? Well, all of the great gymnasts are going to have incredible flexibility. That flexibility doesn't come easy. The top flight gymnasts spend 30 to 40 hours a week training, and a considerable amount of that time is spent dedicated to gaining and maintaining this level of flexibility. But come competition time, it all pays off with elegant lines like these.
And this is 15-year-old Olessia Dudnik from the Soviet Union, who has already won a gold medal in the vault here at these World Championships.
Every now and then a gymnast comes along who really raises the quality of competition. Olessia does just that with the beauty and difficulty she displays on this event. And here's some of that difficulty. Aerial right into 2 back layouts. Very tough move to do. Tough combination. 3 split leaps in a row. Also a requirement. And a move coming up that at one time you would think impossible. A round-off backflip with a full twist. And she nails it. Remember, that balance beam is only 4 inches wide. One of the other requirements is that you work low to the balance beam. Now she's getting ready for her dismount. Triple twist. Big break there. What a disappointment.
And Kathy, what a shame. That was the most outrageous level of difficulty we've ever seen.
And because of that, I think the judges will be somewhat lenient.
One thing's for certain, she's only going to get better with more international competition. Olessia's score, 9.937. Underway now in the women's beam, and the leader at the moment, Romania's Daniela Silivas, who appears to be in some kind of discomfort. You saw her rubbing her right knee. We'll try to get word as to whether or not she has sustained an injury. Remember, she is scheduled to compete in the floor exercise as well. On the beam right now, however, is one of China's rising young stars, 15-year-old Yang Bo. She looks like a porcelain doll.
Well, she looks like that, but if she hits, she's going to leave you breathless. She is so exciting to watch. Look at the flexibility. And she has the most difficult combination tumbling run coming up right here. Let's watch. Back handspring, layout, full twisting straddle down, and she smiles at the end of it. There is seemingly nothing she can't do. As if she's just walking over. And look at the beautiful toe point. Another exceptionally difficult leap there.
Hard to believe this is her first major international competition.
And here's her dismount. Double tuck. Oh, my. These dismounts are just playing havoc with the gymnast.
And you could hear the collective awe from the crowd. They wanted Bo to do well.
You can possibly chalk it up to her inexperience in world competition.
Daniela Silivas has already won the gold medal in the balance beam, but obviously she's still in some kind of pain.
Now, this is without question the most difficult tumbling pass being done on balance beam in the world. That back handspring straddle down with a full twist, and look at the flexibility.
Yang Bo from China wows them in West Germany. Her score, 9.80. good only for 7th place, but a memorable performance nonetheless. Daniela Silivas has won her 2nd gold medal here in the individual apparatus finals. She may or may not get a chance to shoot for a 3rd in the floor exercise, depending on the severity of her injury. Dudnik wins the silver, Kotarak the bronze.